all I'm left with is a breeze.
Hello and welcome to the cigar area. I'm Mike Simmons, and tonight I'm going to be smoking the new release from Sancho Panza, the triple Anejo. Anejo means aged, so this is triple aged. It's a very dark, almost black, very oily looking wrapper. It's a little rustic. This one's a little bit pressed. I don't believe this is supposed to be a pressed cigar, but I think they were packed a little tightly in the package. In the 5-pack I got, they were shrink wrapped, which was a first. Usually, you know, in an individual cellophane wrapper, wrapped in another nice cellophane envelope, tightly wrapped, tucked, and taped closed. These were actually shrink wrapped in plastic. It was very difficult to get them out, and they were very pressed together. So I'm guessing that's what explains the box press look to the cigar. At any rate, I'm rambling. This is the Robusto version. It's a 5x54 Robusto. It's a Honduran cigar. It's got a Nicaraguan Jalapa sun-grown wrapper. That's what that dark, beautiful, dark chocolatey brown wrapper is. And inside is, I'm not sure what the binder is. I could not find a distinct description of the binder, but the fillers apparently are Ecuadorian Sumatra, U.S. broadleaf, and Brazilian Arapacara. I'm probably not saying that right. I bastardized the poor Spanish language so much, and I apologize for that. But at any rate, Brazilian, U.S., and Ecuadorian Sumatra, surrounded by a beautiful Nicaraguan sun-grown wrapper. There you go. That's what I've been able to gather about this cigar. So what the hell, Mike? Let's smoke it. Okay. Get this cut. Just a light tobacco taste in the cold draw and the smell. Nothing really standing out. Sancho Panza has 3 other cigars out. Their flagship cigar, and then they have a, I believe, a Maduro and a it slipped my mind. I've been so excited about getting this. All the other information just slipped my mind. Wow. It's an interesting, different kind of a taste on the first puff there. A little bit of light leather, but not the type of leather that I normally pick up, not the deep hardy leather. It's the same type of a flavor, but a lighter, much lighter on the tongue. A little bit of spice on the finish. This is supposed to be a medium, upper range medium to full body. So we'll see how that plays out as we go along. But definitely leather and a little spice, but I'm expecting that to change, and I'm looking forward to this. As soon as I saw these were released, I sent out to get myself a few of them. I bought two 5-packs, so I'm set up. I love Sancho Panza cigars, and this is the first one of these that I've tried, so you're trying along with me. So I'm going to work my way into the first third here and see what progresses. Be back. Okay, back with the Sancho Panza Triple Anejo. First third, some additional flavors appeared in there in addition to that leather on the upstart, and they are the usual suspects: coffee, earth, pepper. They're all present in some form there. It's got a nice earthy back of the tongue and the throat quality to it. The coffee comes through on the main part of the draw. Spice appears on the finish, and that leather is still light, hasn't changed, hasn't gotten any stronger. Just kind of waves on through there. It is strength-wise, I'd say it's medium to full, and it has medium to full body at this point. Not crazy about the way the burn's going here. I had about a 3/4 of an inch of ash that just dropped off right before I turned the camera on, and it's got quite a wave in the burn. It started off with a little canoe, about a 1/4 of an inch in, and it just continued. So I'm going to touch it up because I don't want it to get out of control at this point. I think it can be saved with a touch up here if I don't let it get too far out of hand. It's a good tasting cigar. Definitely different from the others. The original flagship Sancho Panza Honduran, the Maduro, why do they keep slipping my mind, and the Extra Forte. As far as in resemblance to any of those three, it tastes more along the lines of the Extra Forte, but it is different. It's a very light cigar, very light. It's got some give to it. It's fairly firmly packed. I didn't feel any soft spots. So there wasn't a soft spot. Actually, there's a little bit of a soft spot right here, but where that burn took a dive, there weren't any soft spots in there. It just must have been a little air pocket in there that went haywire. It's got a nice draw, nice easy draw, lots of good smoke. The spice really comes through on the retrohale. That's the other thing I wanted to mention. I mean, it really comes through on the retrohale. Its spice comes right. It's doing a number on my nostrils, and I smoke a hell of a lot of cigars, but I like it. It's tasty, spicy, it's hearty, very hearty flavor. Quite nice so far. So we'll see in the second third here how that burn progresses and see if we get any more flavor changes, and I'll be back in what will seem like no time at all. Okay, welcome back to the cigar area with the Sancho Panza Triple Anejo. I completely forgot what I was going to say. I have just about an inch of ash going here. You can see the burn went a little haywire again. I mean, it's not canoeing or anything like that, but it's not exactly straight. I'm going to tap the ash off and take this band off before it gets burnt. It came off fairly easily. It's very attractive band, quite larger than most of the Sancho Panzas have fairly small bands. It's a big band, nice blue and silver, very sharp looking. I'm not going to mess with this burn right now. I have a feeling it might straighten itself out. But as far as the flavors go, that leather flavor has gone away. It still has that earthy back of the throat, gritty strength to it. And the coffee, good strong coffee flavor. The spice on the finish has mellowed a bit, and it's got an addition of a nuttiness to it. Can't really put my finger on a particular nut. It's not a baking spice, nutmeg type of thing. It's a nutty, not sweet like almond. It's not bitey like walnut, but there's a nutty quality to the finish, along with the lighter spice. Still quite flavorful. I like the way it changed. A lot of times a stronger cigar like this will get increasingly stronger toward the end. This one's mellowed a bit. Still have a way to go yet. I'm about 45 minutes in at this point. It is a upper range medium to a full body smoke. Strength wise, probably in the same range, but it's not overpoweringly strong. So far so good. I'm just going to keep my eye on this burn, but I'm going to work into the final third here and see if anything changes, and I'll be back. Alrighty, welcome back with the Sancho Panza Triple Anejo. In the third here, I had to touch the burn up again. You can see it's still got another little dip in it. Just went haywire about 3-4 times. Just had to touch it up to keep it going. Flavor profile's changed a bit again too. That nuttiness has turned into a salted nut, like a salted peanut kind of flavor, and it's developed a woody, charred wood kind of flavor too. It's not a bad flavor. It's not harsh or anything. Just like a charcoal, and then the salty nut spice on the finish went away. The earthiness in the back of the throat went away. It sort of mellowed even a little more, even though it's still a high medium to full body and the same strength. But the flavors have mellowed, not so much the strength in the body. Very enjoyable smoke. I'm an hour and 15 minutes in. Not too bad for a Robusto. Now granted, this is a 54 ring gauge. It's not a 50. So it's a little bit fatter. You can see the more I hit on this, the more the burn dips. But it's a nice cigar, nice after dinner cigar. I'm enjoying a cup of Starbucks Pike Place coffee with it. Quite good. So we had 3 changes in the flavor profile. Stronger leather, not strong leather, but leather and coffee. Then we had the spice. Then we had the nutty flavor come in as the leather tapered off. Then we have the earthiness taper off as well. Be replaced with the saltiness to the nuts, a salty peanut kind of flavor, and the wood. So it's a nice complex flavored smoke, which has made me quite happy for a new Sancho Panza. And since I bought 10 of them, I'm glad I like it, because I'd hate to be, stuck with 10 stinkers. And you never know when you try a new cigar, but yeah, the deal was for 10, so I got 10. But at any rate, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10, and that's only because of the burn. The burn was curvy at best and dippy at worst, and it required some touch-ups, too many touch-ups, I believe, for a Robusto. If it were even though it is a bit larger ring gauge, but if it was a 60, I could see that maybe happening, because I only felt that one soft spot. For as light of a cigar as it was weight-wise, it was pretty firmly packed, and it has a good draw, good smoke. So 8 out of 10, not bad. I know I can enjoy the rest of them because it does taste good. It has those earthy kind of flavors that I like, the leather and the spice and the woodiness and the nuts. I love all those flavors. And typically with the blends that I smoke most of the time, they're most of the flavors that I end up encountering. But don't fear, because I do have some other cigars coming up, some mild to mediums and some mediums and a couple milds and some classic brands coming up, and I have some other private labels and some other hand rolled right from the shop also coming up. So I have a lot of good stuff coming up, so make sure you tune back in to my YouTube channel, The Cigar Area, and check my website, thecigararea.com. Enter the contest, click on some of those links. A lot of good cigar shops on there, Cigar of the Month clubs, a lot of links to Famous, JR, Cheap Humidors. That's a good shop too, so check it out. Until next time, I'm Mike Simmons. This is the Cigar Area, and I thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, happy smoking.
Darker fish cleave, creamy seas, and all I'm left with is a breeze. Doesn't even reach my knees. There's too much in this world for free.